with that, that's probably going to be the last resupply for a while. I need to find something to export. A mystery rocket has entered orbit and is signaling readiness to make touchdown. Communications with the rocket are purely on a machine level, as attempts to establish contact with any potential crew have so far gone unanswered. As no one is making claims of ownership over the rocket, there are no visible insignia to identify its origin. We are in a position to do as we wish. Just a word of caution: in these competitive times, trickery and acts of sabotage are not above anyone, even here on Mars. There may be helpless crew members on board. Land the rocket immediately. Observe the rocket for a sol or two and land it afterwards. Remember Homer's Iliad, we're not falling for this trick. I'm going to observe it for a day or two and then let it land. Find if you can get a lot of food surplus. It's a good trade. Okay. Good to know. Although I don't have farming yet. I have not researched farming, so the only food production I have is the hydroponics, which is not as efficient. That is still a research, right? Yes. I want a giant statue. Heavy drone load. Oh, that's just because we're getting rid of all the waste materials. Yeah, that's fine. Not a priority.
Dust storm approaching.
Oh dear. Okay. So the dust storm is a problem because my power generation is going to fail. So I need to turn off any non-vital machines. I'm going to do that as soon as night falls.
Anomaly analyzed.
The rover manipulators held the silver-white mineral up to the camera just as the chemical analysis came through. We found tellurium. In a moment, the chief engineer of Mission Control was at the communications station, urging instructions to the RCE Explorer on how to handle and analyze the discovery. It was amusing to watch the almost childlike excitement in the eyes of the expert. This is a significant discovery because it allows us to overcome an old problem in metallurgy. Easily machinable metals allow for economical manufacturing of components, but the factors that allow it to usually lower the performance and vice versa. Thus, engineers had always been challenged to find ways to balance the two factors. The addition of tellurium to iron alloys allows them to perform better in both areas. Cost of robotics reduced. Nice. And I was really hoping that these guys would arrive before the dust storm.
Meteor incoming.
Okay. Shit. Bonk. Was that a miss? Did that count as a miss? That counted as a miss. Just bounced off. We're fine. Everything's fine. Oh, and the statue to me has been built. Don't worry, guys. We have done the important bit. Ah, why can I... There we go. You're welcome, people. You're welcome. Worth a screenshot, I think. Oh, 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 oh. We have something special. Blink. Also, I think that all of the non-vital resources need to be turned off. 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 power draw like? 165. So we should have loads saved up. Here comes the second wave.
Colonists have arrived.
That's awesome. Also, we have some supplies coming in. Let's drop you there so you can be picked up easily. 7 hours until the dust storm. We're losing 65 power. I'm going to turn one of you off.
Sector scanned.
There's a fuel refinery. Oh, that seems to be off already. Aha! And the tunnel is done. Which will allow us to build the wind turbines up there. For a far more stable power thing. Right, let's undo you so you can...
Crop failure reported.
Uh-oh, crop failure, but we're actually making a surplus at the moment, so this is fine.
Building a new home on an alien world, that takes guts, to say the least.
After all, purpose is the strongest long-term driver. Since arriving on Mars, Kazuke Hayashi's enthusiasm has proven to be above average, even by founder norms, and the prodigious productivity displayed can be boiled down to one simple explanation. Kazuki Hayashi really loves doing what Kazuki Hayashi is doing. Has gained... Oh, you have that. Okay, cool. Well done. Oh, just scanned another area which has even more metal deposits. I feel like we need to scan this area more. Hey, Balnor. If you're already building giant statues, I suspect you have subscribed to the Handsome Jack School of Management. It had to be done. People need to be proud of their founder and their leader. Magnanimous as he is in his position of authority. I mean, leadership. I think I'm going to make you a high priority building as well. Are there any... Okay, so there are only 4 vacancies now, which is great. One of them's in the research center, but that's fine. We're researching quite a lot of stuff, which is awesome. Alright, dust storm is here. We're going to have it for a day. I think we'll be okay, although we're using up a lot of power at the moment. How's my water storage? How much power do you use? 5. Let's turn you off. The Moxies are going to be off anyway. Yeah, we're really not using very much of our stored supplies. So I think we'll be okay. Hey, Smitherman. Yeah, unfortunately, Smitherman, you've come right to the end of this stream. It'll be ending fairly soon. Probably once the dust storm is over, because I want to make sure we survive it. After 3 hours, one of my thoughts of the game can never get it into myself. I like the quality of life changes they've made. I really like the fact that different factions have unique buildings now. So, for example, as Japan, I have automatic metal extractors, which means I don't need to have the really labor-intensive metal extraction, which is a huge boon. Surprisingly huge. Yeah, it just seems to flow really well. I haven't got to any of the late game crises or anything like that, so I can't comment on how those are. And also, this dome is still like super low level.
Resources are low.
Polymers. Really? Already? You ought to have loads of polymers. I just bought a bunch. Huh. Guess I need to buy some more. We still have 1 billion crowdfunding to go, so it's not the end of the world. that we only have 370 million. Although I need to be very aware of the fact that I'm a long way away from the only underground rare metal deposit that I've found so far. Polymer shortages must be due to repairs. Using 100 power. On what? Still got 12 hours to go and we're halfway through. Seriously, what is using this much power? Do these use power? No. It's not showing me what uses all this power. Because most of these buildings are turned off. Is it seriously just you? You're using 47, which is higher than usual. Of course, power consumption's increased by 100% due to the low temperature. Fine. I really need to get one of those heaters out here. So I think that's just at night. During the day, it's okay. I still haven't researched that. So ordinarily it's fine, but because I've had to turn everything off, my power supply is a little bit limited because it's purely on what I can store. Rather than just being a day-night cycle, I'm having like a full day of no power. I'm really glad that I increased my storage capacity before this happened. And yeah, this little chunk of ice right here, really bad. Makes everything more expensive. Like when I appeared here, I was like, okay, that looks kind of funky. Let's go and build over there. Don't build over there. It's a terrible decision. Alright, I'm going to go and order in some more polymers because I cannot replace those myself. Well, can I? Prefabs. I would really like to have a small polymer factory. In fact, the polymer factory is the one that are outside. Produces polymers from water and fuel. Oh, I can't fit it into the supply thing, though. It'd have to be a rocket. I wonder if I can even afford that. Well, actually, I'd be saving 100 million. Because I think just sending the rocket doesn't cost you anything. So let's have you blasting off. Can't during dust storm. Fine. Okay, power draws have decreased for whatever reason. Another power draw I could turn off would be this. Short term, of course.
Sector scanned. Research complete.
A lot of water. Oxygen supply is fine. Water supply is fine. Life is good. Research drone hubs is done. So I can now build drone hubs. Although they do require electronics, which are really expensive. 3 hours. And I feel like that was nighttime just ending. Seeing as all the lights just went out. Which means it's the dawn of a new day. And all of these are going to be good to go. You can now land. Oh, right, you can't land during the dust storm. Leak detected. 0 hours. Boom! I survived. Alright, let's turn all the things back on. There's going to be a bunch of repairs and things to be done. That's fine. Oh, and the metal extractor. On. Let's have you take off. Now this one, because I don't quite trust you, I'm going to land here. Because this is a mystery rocket. I don't know what's in it. But if this is a free rocket, then jackpot. You finally land the mystery rocket, only to reveal a gruesome scene. The rocket had 10 passengers on board, all pronounced dead upon examination. Something had damaged the robot rocket as it entered Mars' orbit, and before the last of them lost consciousness from oxygen loss, they managed to send some distress call. A call we sadly ignored. Oh well, we got a free rocket. Fuel it up, let's use it. No edible food has been harvested. Is that once or twice? I feel like that's once. And we are now completely out of polymers. So I need this rocket to get home. What am I researching right now? Okay, so we're researching the funding now. I can't repair anything that uses polymers right now. That's part of the problem here. See you, Mike. Well, all of the power is getting nicely redone. Also, did this have any supply? No, it was just the dead passengers. Oh well. And you are fueled up and good to go, so I can get a second rocket home too. Sure, let's do it. How's the research going? Well, we should be generating tons and tons of research because of the sheer number of scientists we have. And also the science bonuses, thanks to both of these, which I think are cumulative. So we should probably try to invest in more research centres for this base. I think the next big project will be going after this, because we're going to need those rare metals.
Research complete.
And there's the crowdfunding. Okay, we've got $1 billion in the bank again. The other thing with the rare metals is they are required to produce electronics. So we don't necessarily want to sell those.
Anomaly found.
Oh yeah, Explorer. Did you explore both anomalies? No, you didn't. I really hope that Elon Musk has played this game. Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? Ooh. Explosions. Alright, keep exploring. Meanwhile, I think that this is as good a point as any to end this. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when I'm live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this, then do let me know. Especially if you are on YouTube, if you want to see more of this, or in fact also here on Twitch. If you want to see more Surviving Mars in the future, let me know, and I will certainly consider doing it depending on how it's done. Like viewership wise, it's done a little bit better than I thought it would, just here on Twitch, but I'm also curious about YouTube, so we shall see. I will be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, with some more Crusader Kings, Saga of the Shattered World, continuing with the Togorids, and our search, or our attempt to reform Tengri. And then after that is going to be EU4 with Milan. If you have really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing if you are here on Twitch, or subscribing if you are over on YouTube, because I'm really trying to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark on YouTube, and I'd really like to do it by the end of the year. And as it is, it's going to be really close. It's going to be really, really close. So yeah, if you haven't done that yet, please do. You can find that at youtube.com/MordredViking, by the way. I also have a Discord, which you can find at this link here. That is where I tend to announce what I am streaming and when. If you're on YouTube, you can find that Discord link in the description below. That is also where the community hangs out. They're a cool bunch, and it's always an absolute pleasure to see some new faces there, so come join us. Then finally, I have a Patreon. If you want to support the channel financially, you can do that there. That's patreon.com/MordredViking. Or if you're on Twitch, you can hit up that subscription button as well. Any support is greatly appreciated because this is what I do for a living. It pays the rent and pays for the food and everything like that. Right, I am going to head off now because I need to do some coughing and spluttering and also some other recording stuff. Right, bye everyone. Hope you enjoyed this. This game is very peaceful and relaxing compared to Sartosa and CK2. That's true. Yep, that's very true. I'll agree to that. Bye everyone.